What's up, guys? This is Chiiklez here with another Crime Ring Dev vlog. So, I'm sure plenty of people wondering, did we die off? Like, what, are we not continuing the project? Yada yada. Because it has been a while, admittedly, since we've put anything on the site. For that, we do apologize. It's been crazy for all of us, with everyone in college or university for you, non Americans. And I've got another job, so, between all that plus working on the actual game mode, I haven't really been able to go on the site and update it. But I'll cover some stuff now and some things we plan on doing, and I will promise you here that I'll keep you guys more updated so you guys know what we're up to. Excuse me if I sound kind of weird. I've been sick, so anyways. So one of the first things I may have talked about in one of my other video, because I really don't remember, but is your phone. So this is a smartphone we have here, and this is pretty much like your lifeline for everything as you play. So with your smartphone, you can pretty much right click it and go into its menus. So right now we have Kuber, your work contracts, skills, Boogle, change logs, links, game stats, and face block. So as you see, there's like different menus for different things. This is a pretty important one that I'll go into more detail later on. For your certain class, you'll be able to get certain jobs, contracts, and this would be the place to find it. So if you don't have a smartphone or access to a computer in the game, you're not gonna be able to get to it. You have Kuber, which is pretty much kind of like the warp system, except you would actually have to be on the road to use these, so you can't actually just teleport out of buildings and everything. We had the skills, which is obviously skills, which is something else that's too big to cover now. We also have things like this, Boogle. This is pretty much your wiki in-game, because we're probably going to write everything out in a wiki outside on the site, but I know that's annoying. That's just, I want to find out things quick, so here we go. We got guns, drugs, gangs, businesses, wilderness, etc., etc. Going in, you can see a whole bunch of things. Some of these I haven't actually updated the model in the actual game, so I have to put them in. But yeah, so we have all this in the phones, plus more change logs. Anything we add to the game, you'll be able to see here in the latest updates. All right, and things like that. Oh, face block is something where you get to talk to your friends. This is the way we're gonna have people interact and pretty much play with each other. Clear on my phone. The next thing is looting. If you played this game mode before, well, this game technically, considering how massive it is now, the part of getting loot is pretty much just exploring and just honestly right-clicking things to figure out what you can loot. In this, I'm actually in a building right now. I think it's a law office. So pretty much, depending on where you are, that's the kind of loot you're gonna get. So I'm in an office, so I'm probably gonna find office-related things. So this is locked. Nothing here. Right here. So I got this desk. So I got packages, coins, drugs. Depending on the loot that you find, you'll get different levels of XP, as you saw in the chat right there. And you can level up like that. We also have, as you saw, lockpicking. We have our own custom lockpicking here. If you remember from the old crime ring, there wasn't really much of a lockpicking system. It was more like if you could lockpick, then just right click. Here you can actually, it's actually a mini game every time you lockpick. So with the lockpick in your hand, if you're a thief with the lockpicking skill, you unlock this lockpicking menu. Basically right here we have lock cylinders, where you have to figure out the order of the lock cylinders to pick it. You have a chance of breaking your pick if you pick the wrong one, and as you go, you'll be able to lower your chances of breaking your picks, which means you won't have to carry as many. So I just got it right. Wrong, just broke one. Wrong, broke it. Okay. And unlocked. So I can loot that. Got some stuff out of this desk. paper, books, money. And that's basically how the lockpicking system works. There's way more complex locks that we have. There's bookshelves we can loot. Like, you're going to have to look around because we've added a lot of different things you can loot. You can loot fridges. You can loot sinks. Might be able to loot toilets. We'll see. But overall, that's just basically how it works. So this city is massive, so there's going to be tons of place for you to loot. Yeah. Alright, so the next thing I wanted to show was the citizens. So in the old crime ring, we really didn't have much in terms of the NPCs besides like the gang raids that you would be able to do. You really wouldn't be able to find NPCs out. We've pretty much changed that now. So you can actually interact with NPCs. They'll spawn around the world. You see right there, there's a citizen there. Another one there. And, you know, during the day, they're all working, you know, like I probably should be doing. But, at night, you'll see them a lot more. Come on. Here we go. Get my parachute. And with these citizens, you can talk to them. Well, if they want to talk to you. As, you know, with most people, not everyone wants to talk to random people that walk up to them. At least I don't know about you guys. So we'll talk to this citizen. Oh, this guy's friendly. Hey there, stranger. And they'll tell you a bunch of random things. Little facts, their opinions, etc., etc. And if you keep looking, you'll eventually be able to find someone who wants drugs. Alright, this guy doesn't want anything. Go away. Not interested. What do you not understand about not being interested? Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guy. I'll go away. Damn. But as you see, it's random. In the old crime ring, you'd be the only way for you to sell drugs and pretty much interact with citizens would be to find the ones that were planted around the city. And that got kind of boring because once you found the one dealer, it was good. You were good to go, and people would just farm that, and that's just there's no point of that. It's not realistic, and it's just I don't know. I didn't like it. So now you have to find citizens that are actually interested. During the day, it's a little harder to find them since, you know, they're all working. There's more spawning now. Although, admittedly, you can find a lot more citizens inside during the day. This guy doesn't want. This guy doesn't want. Let's go into the city hall. It's too far. Let's see. But as you see, it takes a bit. Although, we have it so that more citizens spawn where there's more players. Obviously to help with different things, but mostly because it makes more sense. We don't want a billion citizens spawning around when there's only one player. It doesn't really make much sense. Let's see. Do you want some drugs? No, no drugs. There's also another thing we added, harassment, which I might as well just show you now. Right, this guy's friendly, so I can't show you. If the citizens don't want to talk to you, like this guy, go away. Would you not understand? It tells me to leave him the fuck alone. Excuse me. But anyway, sorry. Probably shouldn't have cursed. But, you know, if he says that, if you continue to harass them, eventually they're gonna just go away. So I'm getting out of here, and they flee. You see, citizens start running off, and when they become fleeing citizens, there's a chance of them calling the cops. If they call the cops, they're going to attack you. You know, you're harassing a citizen, you're pretty much breaking the law there. And then you're not going to want to deal with the cops. You know, who wants to deal with cops? So we have this cop right here, see, looking at me all weird. We also had old system before where you could actually what I meant to say was back in the old crime ring, we didn't have a system in for the cops. It really didn't make much sense to be a cop in general, because it wasn't as fun. There was no real perks to it other than being a freaking bullet target for everyone else. But now we're working on the perks to become a cop. Obviously, your main focus is to arrest people. But we want to make it so, you know, you can be more proactive than just, you know, waiting for someone to break the law. So one thing we've thought about to and we added to promote kind of being a cop is kind of like a defense system, I guess you could say. We're gonna expand on it more, but this is like a way to be able to unify cops under one sort of umbrella, so you can actually have a reason to work together. You attack a cops, whether oh crap, and as you see, the cops actually shoot at you. Ah crap, but fighting cops gets you wanted, just kind of like in Grand Theft Auto. And as you see, I just killed that cop, so I'm wanted by the cops now. If you see now, I have a red outline. Any cop in the city is gonna want to kill me. So that pretty much gets a wanted level. We're gonna work it in so as you keep going, you get wanted and stronger cops show up. Things like that. And cops who kill you can get a bonus still. It's pretty much like a headhunting bonus, I suppose, or arrest you for a bonus as well. So they have that. I'm still trying to find someone that sells drugs. Looks like nobody wants to do drugs in the middle of the day. For once, usually find tons of guys. But anyways, the drugs trading, they generate a lot of different kinds. I'm just probably gonna cheat here real quick because I don't want to waste too much time on this video doing this. Oh, you're on fire. But let's see. Do you want drugs? No. Do you want drugs? No. There we go. There's one person. So this guy wants some golden tops. He's trying to trip. So give him some of these drugs and, simple. Kind of just like the old system. Trade them drugs, get the money. If you played before, you'll know your money isn't safe. You need to deposit it into a bank. So you got to get to the bank, deposit it and a percentage gets taken off. I think it's going to be 10%, but we have to play around with the actual specifics. Another thing is gunfire. And, well, I already showed you a bit about the fleeing citizens, how they call the cops. But another thing is, and it's realistic. If you start shooting around citizens, they're going to not be around you. See? They all start fleeing. And the more citizens you start shooting around, the more chances there's going to be cops that come after you. I mean, it makes sense. You start shooting, you're going to want to get the hell out of there. I mean, I would. You can call me a pussy, but I'm not going to stay if you start shooting. So, you can fight the citizens and everything, but if you hurt them enough and they just decide, screw this, I'm calling the cops, they'll do that. It's a certain percentage that I set for them to run off, and, But as soon as I pull out my gun and start shooting, it's gone. It's like, nope. It just nopes the hell out of there. You see? There's cops over there. You start shooting around cops, they start hunting you down. But cops won't start shooting you. Crap, there's a lot of cops. They won't start shooting you until you shoot at them. You start shooting at them, it's kid gloves off with them. And you got 3 or 4 cops trying to shoot at you, you're not going to last long, even with armor. So basically that covers a lot. Well, not a lot. There's just too many things that we've added behind the scenes in terms of tweaks and everything. I mean, this is what you saw. This of what I've shown you basically is like an entire custom scripting system that we had Z made for us specifically for this game mode. This is all based off our own codes and scripts. For the most part, there's a few things, here and there that you've seen, obviously essentials, but everything is pretty much made from scratch. So with all these tall buildings, we're going to have our own elevator system where you can actually come in with a group in and out, get off on floors instead of just teleporting, jumping up and down. We also have the raids, although we covered one. We have other raids that are in progress that will probably maybe show because we don't really want to give too much away. But yeah, basically, if there's anything you guys think you'd like to see in the game, definitely let us know. We want to hear from you guys, and we are sorry for the delay. But like I said, I'm gonna make sure we keep you guys more updated. I'm gonna make sure I keep my thread on the forums updated. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys.